The nation's top pediatricians group is pushing for a recall of a popular baby product linked to dozens of reported deaths. Consumer Reports says that Fisher-Price Rock and Play Sleeper is tied to the deaths of at least 32 babies. Now, this includes infants who rolled over and suffocated while in the seat. The American Academy of Pediatrics urges parents to stop using this product immediately. Jan Crawford shows us how the concerns grew. Jan, good morning to you. This is scary stuff.
It really is, Gail, and sad. I mean, this Fisher-Price rocker, like this one, it's advertised to help babies sleep, and it includes the phrase all night long. But the company says parents should stop using the product once a baby is able to roll over, because if that happens, they can suffocate. But that is a risk some parents say is not clear enough, and this product, they say, is too dangerous to be on the market.
He was the best thing that ever happened to us.
Ezra Overton was the pride and joy of parents Evan and Keenan.
I just felt like my purpose finally just came to me, like, oh, this is what life is for.
In December 2017, Keenan says he placed Ezra in a Fisher-Price Rock and Play Sleeper at bedtime. When Keenan awoke, he says he found his 5-month-old son face down and unresponsive.
I picked him up, and he was like a doll. He was hard, and his face was blue, and his nose was pushed in.
The couple say they called 911 and began CPR before arriving at the hospital.
I didn't want to believe it at that moment. So when they told me he was gone and I saw him for the last time, it was the worst day of my life.
Ezra died 3 days before Christmas. His parents blame Fisher-Price.
They're supposed to be about safety, but that wasn't the case.
Fisher-Price says the Rock and Play Sleeper meets all applicable safety standards and adds it is essential that the product warnings and instructions are always followed. Those warnings, which are also sewn onto the device, include a suffocation hazard and an advisory to stop using the product once an infant can roll over. Last week, Fisher-Price issued an alert with the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission, reducing the recommended age limit from about 5 months to 3.
We do not believe that is adequate.
Consumer Reports' Rachel Peachman says the magazine found deaths linked to the sleeper of babies younger than 3 months.
It's a risk for babies of any age. There is no circumstance where this is a safe environment for babies to sleep.
The Overtons say they want to help other parents avoid a tragedy like theirs. When you think about Ezra now, how do you think of him?
I think of him as a superhero baby.
Superhero baby?
We think of that all the time. I just knew that he was meant for some big purpose. I think of him as being the stopping point to having this product out there. So he's going to save a lot more babies and families this type of devastation.
Well, the Overtons say they had no reason to suspect the Rock and Play Sleeper was dangerous. They got it as a hand-me-down from a neighbor. The American Academy of Pediatrics recommends that babies sleep on firm, flat surfaces. Anthony?
Yeah, exactly. This is just heartbreaking.
It is. Jan, before you go, I know we keep talking about Fisher-Price, but other companies make this little rocking thing. Does this recall, do you think, apply to all of them, or is there something specific with the Fisher-Price?
This has been specifically, and the recalls are recommended by the American Academy of Pediatrics, it's been specific to Fisher-Price. But the pediatrics organization also says that parents really shouldn't use any of these kind of devices because the baby should be kept flat and not with all this padding around them, because if they turn over, it could suffocate them. So I think it's a broad warning, but the proposed recall is pretty specific to this one company.
All right, Jan, thank you.
I so feel for the Overtons. They did nothing wrong.
Exactly. That's what's so heartbreaking about it.
And hopefully this is a good reminder and will save people's lives.
All right, Jan, thanks.